We share. Oh, take a ride with me.
My name is Bashir Gazaki. I was born in Jos, the Plateau State city capital. I had my early education there, my primary and my secondary, before I proceed to Federal Polytechnic Bauchi to do my national diploma in accounting. Thereafter, I went to Gombe State University to do my bachelor's degree in accounting. In between, a lot of things happened. I was born to a family of 35 by a Hausa Muslim father and a Fulani mom. My dad is originally from Jigawa State, but my mom is from Plateau State. Basa, to be precise, she's a Fulani. Like I mentioned earlier, I am from a family of 35, which means I have seen a lot of things, family issue, family drama, love, and then a lot of other things. I'm the type of person that appreciate learning handwork, which I am blessed to have a mom that actually support my aspiration. At different point in time, I was put to learn different handworks like tailoring, electrical works, phone repairs, before I later moved to satellite installation. In between, tailoring was my first handwork I started learning. I started learning tailoring at a very tender age. Even when I was not even aware of what I wanted to do in life, that's when I started learning tailoring work. I learned tailoring work from 3 different individuals, but as God may have it, tailoring wasn't my profession, so I did not professionalize on tailoring job, which I later went on and professionalized on satellite installation. I've been doing satellite installation from 2011 down to this moment, but then at the moment I've been doing it just casually once in a while. There is something I want to share about all this experience. It taught me a great life lesson, and then I'm actually seeing the benefit which I will encourage our youth of nowadays to embrace. There is this what we call delay gratification. In life, before you achieve anything, you have to make some sacrifice to some extent. Delay gratification. Subject yourself to the process of learning whatever you want to learn. Be committed, be dedicated to whatever you put your mind to, be passionate about what you want to do, and then be more focused and then avoid distractions. We are in a century with so much distraction that they were not there in the previous times or during the olden days of our grandparents and our parents for that matter. There are a lot of distractions, the internet, friends, peer pressure that will not make you want to focus and then learn some particular things. Like I mentioned, I did my national diploma in accounting in Federal Polytechnic Bauchi. It was a very tough decision for me when I finished secondary school. By that time, I wasn't having a good head start to go straight into the university because I was having a deficiency in one of my O-level subject, which was mathematics to be precise. So I had an uncle who earlier advised that I should just take up the form in the Polytechnic and just start my pre-national diploma before even venturing into the national diploma properly. That's one of the toughest decisions I had to take earlier in life. I wasn't able to write JAM then, that's the UTME exams, so I had to take that route. I started from pre-national diploma before now proceeding to national diploma. In between, I received for my O-level, which I later make it up, and then I rewrote the UTME exams. That's the result I even used to get the admission I have in Gombe State University, which I later studied BSc accounting. So between this switch from pre-national diploma, national diploma down to the universities, there are some life lessons I learned, like I earlier mentioned regarding learning handwork. Patience is a virtue, because it's kind of awkward. Okay, I finished secondary school. What's my ambition? Jump into the university, get my degree, and then proceed with life. But then life has a way of throwing very limited options at you. You might be aspiring for A, and then what you will have at the moment is just B. So don't just wait for what you want. Improvise and use the available to get what you want in the future. I took up the pre-national diploma. I did the national diploma before I then proceed to BSc. After finishing the national diploma, on a normal basis, I am entitled to apply for direct entry into the university. But then, during one of those ASUP strikes, when I wrote the UTME exams and then I aced it, I applied for 100 level, and then I got admission. So my friends were like, you have a distinction in national diploma in accounting. Why don't you just apply for direct entry and start from 200 level? I was like, this is what I have on ground, so let me just use it. Why should I be waiting for something I'm not sure of? This is what I have guarantee. Let me just go to the university and then proceed from the beginning. That's what I did, and then it gave me a very good head start. Finishing a national diploma and then starting a new university from 100 level was like a revision in my early years. Because a lot of things, or most of the things that we have been taught in 100 level were things I already did in my national diploma. So it was like a kind of a walkover. That's one of the things I got as a head start, a good head start. And then I started on a very good note, which might not be the best, but then it was a very good note. From my first semester in the university, I was able to make it up to first class due to one or two factors, I might say. And then it keeps on going down to my 400 level. In between, like I said, I learned different handworks, but then I later specialized in satellite installation. Even when I was in the Federal Polytechnic Bauchi, there were times I'll have to go to town, do some one or two installations just to put food on my table. And then in between semesters and session, whenever I am back home, that's what I do full time to raise significant amount of money that will cover for my tuition, that will cover for my upkeep, that will cover for my school expenses, books and all. That's the same thing that applies when I was in the university. But then in the universities, in the late days, I was having a very limited time as things were becoming more bulky, things were becoming more chopped up, and then I later ventured into school politics. At a point in time, I participated in student unionism at different levels, different capacity, different unions, and then different associations. Even back in the Federal Polytechnic Bauchi, I was the vice president of my then departmental association. And then coming to the university, I participated in different associations. I'm bringing this up because this is one of the things that gave me a leadership skills, which is a very vital skills in the survival of our today's century. And then it's one of the things I use to create connections, to build relationship with people, to expand my network, and then to even build myself as a personal development. There are some things we neglect as a people, considering the downside of it. We are not looking at the positive aspect of it. I then knew that participating in student politics will give me an advantage after school life. How? There are a lot of protocols involved. If you are doing student politics, you will need to engage the school registrar, the school vice chancellor, and then even external bodies. Like my then presidency for the departmental I held, at a different point in time, we had to be going to the government house of the then Gombe State to meet different high-profile people. So that will like build you for the future, trying to know the protocols involved in doing some things in life, and then going to different organizations, writing letters to like places like CBN here, Federal Inland Revenue, Securities and Exchange Commission, exchanging letters, communicating with one or two people. These are some of the things I learned, and then interacting with people, the people I led, and then the people in my team. Interacting with the people in my team, then it's like building confidence in them and then getting to have their support. I'm bringing these things because even after the university, like in your work life, in your organization, you definitely interact with people, your colleague. So these your colleagues back in the university are like your colleagues at workplace. And then the protocols you learn, the letters you are writing, you are submitting to different organizations are similar to the things you will be doing if you are to be engaging with external bodies in your work life. I came from a very humble background, which was one of the reasons I was very dedicated in learning and then in acquiring a quality education. I know for sure that you definitely need some connections to get some things in life, but then there are some things connection will get you. There are some things that connection will only open the door for you, but then your competency and your good education is what will make you stay in the doors the connections open for you. Supposedly you were opportune to be connected to a high profile individual and then you are giving some work, but then you don't have the capacity to execute this work. It's just like throwing it in the bush, you are losing the opportunity. So I am now presently a good advocate of quality education. I finished my national diploma with a distinction, which I saw the advantage. And then when I finished my BSc, I finished with a first class, which I saw the advantage. Some of the advantages of this is for you to get scholarships and then sponsorship to some extent. Some scholarships comes with a lot of criteria to like reduce the number of applicants. There are some scholarships offered by federal government and then some private companies. And then, like I said, they come with very tough criteria to like weed out some applications just to narrow. So if you are coming from a very humble background and then you don't want to study hard, how can you have the chance to apply for these scholarships? You won't, because they come with criteria limitations on the class of degree and then the level of your CGPA before you can access these scholarships. The experience I have in leadership, in student politics, and then interacting with people, it's one of the reasons or one of the factors that shape my thinking towards building an online community. All the while I was in the school, both the Federal Polytechnic Bauchi and then Gombe State University, I was a social media savvy. I was interacting with people both online and offline. I was building the connection online and offline, building the online community and then interacting with people physically. It was after I finished my university that I started an online community, which is presently known as Arewa Genius Hub. A lot of things sparked my interest to start growing the online community, considering the level of activities going on and then the types of activities going on in the Arewa online community. Like I said, I'm from Plateau State, but then an indigenous of Jigawa State because my dad is from Jigawa State by virtue of the constitution. But then I have this passion for seeing people growing, for seeing people developing themselves personally and then at a community level. I sat down and then I looked that, okay, in the social media space of Arewa online community, there are few or close to none that are into developmental activities or promoting education and then entrepreneurship. The few intellectuals we have, or the many intellectuals we have, only operate at individual levels. There is no any community whatsoever coming together to promote education and then entrepreneurship. I'm emphasizing on education and entrepreneurship because these are two things in life I know that for sure we need them. We need them at individual levels, at community levels, and then for the growth and development of our country at large. I'm a beneficiary of quality education and as well a beneficiary of entrepreneurial activities. At different point in time, I engage in buying and selling, trading. I engage in many entrepreneurial activities ranging from bread distribution when I was in my junior secondary school back then in Jos. That's a government secondary school, Angulu Jos. Anybody from Jos South will know there is a factory called Golden Bread in between the school and my community, Dadinkoa. So I had this zeal for engaging in productive activities. I then started bread distribution. When I closed from school, I would go to the factory, get bread at wholesale, and then distribute to people. It's one of the things I did to sustain my then education. That's at even junior secondary school level. At secondary school level, I did a lot of buying and selling different stuffs, different entrepreneurial activities, some of which might even sound strange. I sold food, I sold drinks, and then I sold clothes. Selling of clothes, it's like a family business. I have a lot of brothers engaged in the business of clothing and apparels. So these are some of the things that actually gave me this mindset of, okay, if this is possible, why not start a community that will promote quality education and then entrepreneurship? The community we started, like I said, Arewa Junior Sub, was founded in 24th November 2020. That's getting to 2 years now. In some few months to come, we were able to grow the community from 1 or 2 individuals to more than 100,000 members in the community. As at now, we are engaging in different productive activities, both online and offline. Like I said, our focal point is quality education, entrepreneurship, and then little decent entertainment. Having studied the online space, there is no how you can chip in some things without a little touch of entertainment to get to the audience you want to reach. What audience do we want to reach? We want to reach a different caliber of people within different age clusters, within different communities. But then there are some people that, if not for entertainment, they wouldn't have joined some communities, or they wouldn't have engaged in something productive. In our audience, there are a lot of students that are even in just secondary school. We entice them with entertaining activities, we draw them, and then we pull them together and then show them the bright side of good education. In the previous UTME exams before this one, there was massive failure. A lot of students failed woefully. And then the online space was kind of toxic. People were dragging them. These children don't want to read. I'm blaming them. I'm not blaming the school. People in different places at different points in time were throwing blames at different individuals. Some people were blaming the parents, others were blaming the students, and then others were blaming the school system. But then, like the person I am, I don't want to be playing blame games. So we sat down and said, okay, why not just show these children the way? If we succeeded, they too can succeed. What did we did right that led to our success? And then what were we doing wrong that might hinder our success? Okay, we then started an education series where we share how we read for exams, how we were able to handle difficult situations in school, for them to know how to succeed in life. We now show them ways they can adopt the study skills, the reading methods, the materials to read, way to focus, way to concentrate. And then to some extent, we even organize offline activities like the physical CBT training we did in Gombe State. And then a lot of online activities, training. In our efforts to promote entrepreneurship, like I said, we gave the members of our online community a free hand with some level of regulation to advertise their product online. At different point in time, we educate them on digital marketing and social media marketing, which is one advantage anyone selling goods and services now at this point in time can capitalize on and then boost revenue. It's one of the things we did. We taught a lot of digital marketing skills, social media marketing skills, and then a lot of different digital skills at a point. There was a time we were organizing a mentorship program, different set of people, choose a particular topic, bring these people and then groom them to some extent. I'm saying this passionately because once you are able to clean the backyard of your house, and then the other person also clean the backyard of his house, the whole community will be clean. Once you succeed and the other person succeed, your community will be at rest. Once everybody is engaged in productive activities, there will be less social vices in the community, in the society, and in the country at large. To some extent, the insecurities we are facing today, it's largely as a result of negligence of doing the right thing over time that has now accumulated to be giving birth to all these problems we are facing. Problems of insecurities, lack of quality education, lack of economic activities that will engage the youth and other individuals. It's what we are facing now. That's the consequences. So at our capacity, this is what we've been promoting. This is what I've been building. Aside my professional and then personal career I'm building, I'm currently the accountant of Smart Residencies Limited, all thanks to my mentor, Mr. Olajide Abiola. He contributed a lot in shaping my mindset, in being consistent, and then in doing a lot of right things. At different point in time, I had mentors, I had people that I look up to, but then at a point, there are some times in life or in the Arewa, there is something we are lacking. We are seriously lacking mentorship to some extent. You look back and then there is nobody to pull your hands and then show you the way. Okay, this is what you are supposed to do. This is how you are supposed to do it to some extent. But then, thank God now that's becoming a story of the past. When you look back, you will now see, okay, there is a significant improvement. There are a lot of people willing to mentor the younger ones, which is part of the programs we are doing now, mentorship. It's not that we've achieved a lot or we've succeeded in life to our satisfaction, but then these are things we are trying to do to give back to the community. At individual level, we are not rich enough to engage in philanthropic activities, but we are doing it regardless. We are not that intellectually sound to be teaching others, but then we are doing it regardless because we've seen the effect of others not doing it to us. So we don't want that to continue. We want to break that jinx. We want to be passing the little we know. We want to be sharing the little we have within the community. Like I said, our movement is largely in Arewa, from the name of my movement, Arewa Genus. But then regardless, anybody with the sentiment of having personal development, growing a community can join us as well. We focus more on Arewa because that's our area of influence. That's where we can change the narrative easily. If you can't change yourself, if you can't change your immediate community and your immediate environment, you can't change anything. You can't change the nation. Like my boss will rightly say it, you are the first beneficiary of your personal development. If today you develop yourself to some level, a significant level, you are the first beneficiary. Let's say you learn a skill now. You are the first person to apply that skill to earn money. If you earn money, you are the first person to benefit. Before even your family will benefit, you will benefit because they will only benefit with what you give them. So personal development is another thing I really encourage, which I'm really pursuing at the moment. I'm not there, but then I'm on my way to achieve some personal goals. So my message to youth is take your personal development seriously, take your education seriously, build connections, build network. We are in the era of politics now, period of election, it's around the corner. Don't engage in hatred with anybody. There is no religion on this earth that teaches hatred. There is no religion on this earth that teaches you to become a bad person. All the religions we have, or the major religions we are practicing here in Nigeria, encourage love, encourage sharing positive things, they are encouraging peaceful coexistence. Why not let's practice this peaceful coexistence? I live with different people at different points in time in my life. Like when I went for my pre-national diploma, my roommate was a Christian. And then we had a very good relationship with him. So there is this benefit of peaceful coexistence because I look back and then my religion didn't restrict me from interacting with these people. And then his religion did not restrict him from interacting with me. So why the vices? Why the hatred? Why the malice? some of my friends were people from the south, were people from different religion from what I practice, but then I've never had any issue regarding tribalism or regarding a religious sentiment. So these are some of the things we as youth have to refrain from. You can actually practice your religion even 101% without stamping on another person's religion. You can practice your tribe or whatever culture you have 101% without interfering with anybody, without undermining anybody's culture. So if we are to promote quality education, promote entrepreneurship, our personal development, and then peaceful coexistence, not even Arewa, not even Nigeria, the whole globe, the whole globe will be a peaceful place and then a nice environment for all of us to live, for all of us to enjoy the good life, for all of us to enjoy what we are supposed to enjoy in this life. I know resources are scarce to some extent, but then there is this spirit of mutual understanding. If you can come together as one, there are a lot of things you can achieve which you might never achieve individually. So it's good to form communities with good understanding, communities with a goal, communities with visions, communities that are practicing good activities that will lead to the development of the nation at large. Thank you so much.